happens. Vick Beasley, the Falcons' second-year pass rusher, led the NFL with 15.5 sacks. I'm sure you've heard that. Matt Ryan was better than Tom Brady. He recorded an 87.2 passer rating when pressured per defensive plays. That's right. So under pressure, Tom Brady is still pretty good under duress. According to Pro Football Focus, Brady posted the 5th highest passer rating under pressure at 84.9. But Matt Ryan was better with 87.2. So the pressure really, and that's something that we've talked a lot about as you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is that Matt Ryan historically has been flustered to make bad decisions and throwing the ball to the other team in the red zone. Under pressure, he hadn't done that this year. And everybody points back into one game against Kansas City. Outside of that, man, Matt Ryan has been solid as hell when the pressure has been applied to him. That's a good stat. I like that one. The Patriots went plus 12 in turnovers this season, while the Falcons finished tied for 4th with a plus 11. Basically, what that means is both teams take care of the football. I mentioned yesterday how Bill Belichick was wrong about Julio Jones. You know, he urged Thomas Dimitroff not to make the deal where they traded 5 players to the Cleveland Browns for Julio Jones. It actually worked out, I mean, in a big way. The man's on his way to the Hall of Fame. This is the first Super Bowl in Texas since the Packers beat the Steelers in February 2011. That game was played at Cowboy Stadium. And the last time Houston hosted a Super Bowl was in 2004 at Reliance Stadium, where the Patriots edged the Panthers. I don't like to hear that type of stuff. The over and under is set at 1.5 on how many times Donald Trump will be mentioned in the broadcast. One of them little kind of like, what did he call those in Vegas? I can't remember what the name is. They call them little obscure little bets that you can put on a game. So there's a bet out there, and the over and under is 1.5 on how many times Donald Trump's name is going to be mentioned in the broadcast. I would say under. There shouldn't be any reason at all to mention Donald Trump's name. I'm trying to think, what reason would there be to mention Donald Trump's name? I guess maybe at the end of the game when they're presenting the trophy, they'll say something about, you know, the team's going to go to the White House and they're going to meet President Trump. So that's one time. Outside of that, I don't get that that bet at all. For Martellus Bennett is reportedly unhealthy right now. You know, they don't have Rob Gronkowski. The Patriots are lucky to have one of the game's best and toughest tight ends. But right now, he's not healthy, being reported by Ian Rappaport. He says Martellus Bennett's toughness is showing. He plays with a cracked bone and bone chips in his ankle. He's likely to get surgery after the season is over. The last time Matt Ryan threw a pick was December 4th. So he's going 6 full games without throwing an interception. Huh. I mean, that's a trend. Why would that trend change now? It may change, but it's a trend. It's happened 6 games in a row. He hadn't thrown an interception. Bodes very well for the Falcons. Let me read some of your messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com. From Leonard, Pittsburgh's finest, he says, Tom Brady is Trump's buddy. Yeah, but I'm trying to think in the scheme of the game, why would the announcers, and I'm guessing it's going to be Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Is the game on Fox? Yeah. I'm guessing it's going to be Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Why would that even come up, that him and Trump are buddies? That's a good line. 1.5 is a good number. Right. Oh, and it's called prop bets. Right. So prop bet is where you bet on something outside of the scope of the game. So in this case, you're betting, maybe how many times that the announcers or Donald Trump's name is going to be mentioned. I think I heard about a prop bet where, over and under Joe Buck wearing a certain kind of tie, I think a tie with polka dots in it, which is very strange to me because if I hear about that and I'm Joe Buck, I'm going to give my best friend, or matter of fact, I'm going to give my worst friend about $500,000 to put on the fact that I am going to wear a polka dot tie, and I'd wear a polka dot tie. I've never understood that type of bet before. And even the thing with the Donald Trump thing, like if there's a prop bet that Trump's name is going to be mentioned more than 1.5 times or less, the line is 1.5. If I'm Joe Buck, I give $500,000 to my boy once again, and I tell him I'm going to say it more than one time. Or I give it to my boy and say I'm not going to say it more than one time. Yeah. And make that easy money. From Brian Hill, that's good for him, Ninja. He was a turnover machine last year. From that Ninja, he says, I stopped listening to the commentary because they talk about everything but the game or push the agenda on whatever white quarterback they want to launch their tongues into. That sounds disgusting, Ninja. From Grego, it's because Trump has stated that he wants to attend the Super Bowl. Oh, so a little bit more of the storyline. So if Donald Trump does attend the Super Bowl, which I think that would be a big, big hassle. I think that would be a big, big, thing to trot Donald Trump out there at the NRG Stadium. But I don't know. Maybe if Trump does show up to the Super Bowl, well, definitely, yeah, it's going to be an over. If they make that happen, and I guess, he is the president. I guess they can make that happen. From LD, shut your ass up from the D. CD, if it was about basketball only, it would be he doesn't play defense. He doesn't rebound. He shoots too much. He doesn't pass. He doesn't listen to the coach. He's not a team player-ish. Like that is basketball only. Saying he's whiny is a jab at his manhood. Right. That's the thing that people were saying is on the Barkley side is that Barkley was just giving his analysis of LeBron and he was asked a question and that's all. It wasn't personal. No, I could see it being real personal to LeBron James. You call me whiny. I'm a grown ass man. You call me whiny. You're this broadcaster. You're an analyst. You have this huge audience. And whiny, where I'm from, is not a good term to be used on a dude. It's as simple as that. Whiny is like one step over from sensitive. It is. They like cousins. They like second cousins, whiny and sensitive. So I totally get it. Why LeBron took it personal. From Clay F. the Cheetah Davis, if LeBron is so tired of being disrespected, how come he didn't do ish when Draymond hit him in the balls? Well, maybe he's turned over a new leaf. Right, time will tell. Once again, maybe this is a new leaf by LeBron James. Maybe he's not going to let cats push him around anymore. Maybe he's not going to try to be politically correct. Maybe this year, if they play the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, if Draymond Green hits him in the ding-ding, LeBron will fight back. Maybe he'll hit him square in the jaw. I don't know. Just because he didn't before doesn't mean he won't now going forward. I don't get that at all. I don't agree with that at all. From Nino the Wino, yes sir. Hardaway Jr. was on fire. Howard had a great game too. 24 points, 23 rebounds. They're talking about the Hawks took on the Rockets last night, and I believe the Hawks lost. I got to be honest with you. I didn't. When I was leaving my meeting, it was on. I was listening to it on the radio. The great Steve Holman on the call here in ATL. The Hawks were up by like 15 points. They were up by like 15 points, and then or was Houston? No, Houston was up by 15 points. That's right. The Hawks actually came back and won the game. Houston was up by like 15 points to go into the fourth quarter when I was listening. The Hawks made this incredible comeback, and I think the Hawks actually pulled it out at the very end, if I'm not mistaken, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And Dwight Howard, going back to Houston, that was his first game back in Houston. That was a big thing for him. And the Hawks right now, man, they've been playing great basketball. I think right now they're probably like in 4th or 5th place in the Eastern Conference. And yes, they did win last night. The Hawks beat the Houston Rockets. I'm trying to look for the score, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And I apologize for this. For some reason, I don't see it. Oh, yeah. The Hawks won 113-108. So right now, in their division, they're second in their division behind the Washington Wizards, and I guess only by like a half a game. And so they've been playing good basketball. They are 5th in the Eastern Conference. Remember, they had that run where they went like 1 for their last 10 games a while back. So they've kind of turned things around. I like the way this team is set up, man. I do. A lot of people don't like Dennis Schroeder because he takes a lot of bad shots. He was off last night as well. He hit a kind of like a bad streak last night, but they still find a way to win. I like this team, man. Once again, I haven't talked a lot of basketball. We'll get to that starting full blast next Monday. I know a lot of you football diehard fans don't like to hear that. But I like the fact that Dwight Howard is an Atlanta Hawk. Y'all know I'm not a Dwight Howard fan. But I think they can make some noise in the playoffs. All right, when we get back from the break, man, we'll give out these ball peanuts. A couple of more little facts about Super Bowl 51 and the Falcons and the Patriots. And we'll wrap up today's show reading some of your chat. Sports talk, guy talk with hot sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
Do I need to say anymore? Bet. Yup. Do I need to say anymore? Yup. Shake a leg and make me steady. Oh, the feeling that just re-hit me so I will proceed to finesse this as if it was the baddest chick I ever talked to. Oh, yeah, you know, even though my clothes smell like Joe. See, I'ma let you know I got a vision of gold. Yeah, me and this mic. More than love is lust with an appetite. She offered the chain, so I offered the chain. Saw them make me look cold in the platinum thing. The rent done changed, we got to maintain. You know we got to keep a chunk of chain. It's something like a Range Rover. We keep the mobbing in the heater when the brain can blow. Don't get it twisted, baby, my salary ain't set. Like my dinner, get your cavity checked. And I mean no disrespect. You move your neck. Do I need to say anymore? Hey. Yo, do I need to say anymore? Hey. Yo, do I need to say anymore? Hey. Yo, you just rush the check, don't rush the bet. Freezing the waters, I want respect. To excel without excelling my last breath. Cause I have come to conquer the face of death. Yo, no faith is left in the face of death. With no trace of wealth, we face ourselves is coming. With no peace of mind, you find me gunning.